On this episode of Cinema Disaster, what are we going to be talking about today, Sam?
I'm going to be talking about Batman vs. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Now, I knew this was coming out, but I didn't know when. And tonight was the first time I'd ever seen this. So, what can you tell everyone about this film?
Well, it's an animated movie based on a comic book crossover, which I think they've done two, actually, where obviously it was Batman and the Ninja Turtles. I think they've done two crossovers in the comics. And obviously that's awesome because the Ninja Turtles are ninjas and turtles, and Batman is a ninja dressed like a bat. So they made a movie out of it.
When did this come out? This year?
Yes. Yeah, 2019.
The animation in this, I thought looked really cool. Like a lot of the color schemes they used, and especially like the opening credits and the end credits, were awesome. Really awesome looking.
Yeah. One thing I like about it is that even though this is a combined effort from DC and Nickelodeon, they definitely, they hold back a little bit, but there's definitely, it's not like a kid's movie, really.
Yeah, there's some blood in this.
Yeah, and pretty much in the beginning, Foot Soldier gets, ninja star to the head, blood squirts out.
Yeah, which I wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
It is PG-13.
Shredder impales that one dude.
One dude gets his head cut off.
Yeah. It's and it's done well though. I like it. It's not like needlessly.
It does have some cheesy moments, but it doesn't ruin the film or anything.
No, and I actually like that because, to me, growing up with both of these, Batman and the Ninja Turtles, I like this movie because it has a nice balance of the dark seriousness of Batman and the ridiculous humor of the Ninja Turtles. And later on in the movie, I guess I should say spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers, so turn it off if you've never seen this.
But later on in the movie, there's a bunch of mutated people, from the mutagen, and it gets ridiculous on what kind of animals they turn into. But I like that because it reminds me of how ridiculous the toy line got when I was a kid,
Speaking of the toy line, Baxter Stockman, or Baxter the Fly, he's in this.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
He's funny.
He's really funny.
Whoever's talking for him does a great comic delivery, and I don't know who that is.
Yeah. I'd have to look it up, but yeah, it's really funny. I like how his character has been working with the Foot Clan and Shredder for years, and he still doesn't know if he's an employee or a hostage.
Yeah, he brings that up in this.
Yeah, multiple times. He's just a little confused on his status.
And I guess anybody who didn't want spoilers has turned this off by now. Well, actually, they probably just turned it off in general. But I like the fact that the Penguin's in this. You got Two-Face, Poison Ivy,
a bunch of
Scarecrow,
Batmans, Rogues Gallery, Joker, Harley, Bane, Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, Mr. Freeze. I was surprised to see that one.
Ra's al Ghul or Ra's al Ghul. They always say it different. They say it two different ways in this movie.
Yeah.
And side note, if you watch, if you remember, in Batman Begins, they say his name, they never say it the same way.
It's been a long time since I saw
that.
I'll have to rewatch it.
One time they call him Ra's al Ghul, one time they call him Ra's al Ghul. I think they even have Raz al Ghul in there, but it's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny.
The Turtle Van's in this. The Batmobile looks really fucking cool in this too, actually.
And there are actually, in this movie, there is a lot of I would call fan service to people who grew up with, these two franchises, I guess.
Yeah.
Right down to when Batman and the Shredder first meet, and they're getting ready to fight, and the Shredder jumps down, and it shows them drop down in slow motion. Do you remember that from the 1990 film?
Yeah.
On the rooftop. That's exactly he jumped down. It was in slow motion, that exact same angle.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool fight sequences in this.
Yeah.
It's really violent, too.
Yeah. Yeah, people get hurt and killed. And yeah, it was awesome.
And I thought the animation looked good. Like, I really liked the sky. The way they animated the sky.
Yeah, the skylines.
It may seem, like, trivial or whatever, but, like, I thought that it gave a really good, like, tone to the movie. Because it's, like darker pinks and purples, you know, like in the sky, and you see that in the windows, and stuff. I don't know.
Speaking of like the skylines, I like whenever they show them jumping across rooftops and stuff from like a distance, because they're all in black, like they're black silhouettes. But if you notice, like the turtles' bandanas would be in color.
They're still in color, yeah.
Like Robin, the yellow of Robin's cape would be in color. I thought that was really
they made
cool.
some cool animation choices in this. I don't know. Yeah, it's the first night I saw it, and I wanted to see it for a while. I'd known that it was coming out. I was pretty excited when you said you were bringing it over.
The turtles, they were all cool. Like I liked Batman. I thought he was done well, and the turtles. I thought all four of the turtles were really well done and pretty well represented.
Yeah,
you know,
Michelangelo seems like way more wild and crazy in this than I remember him, which ain't a bad thing, but you know, he seems like off his fucking rocker.
Yeah. I thought it was funny while we were watching it, when the penguin starts shooting with his umbrella.
Oh, right.
And right after he did that, you were like, he's got a gun in his umbrella. And then the very next thing that happened was Michelangelo was like, he's got a gun in his umbrella? A gunbrella! Like, I just thought that was funny. It was like some kind of weird breaking the fourth wall sort of in reverse.
Yeah, it's multi-purpose too. It acts as a helicopter.
A sword.
What did he call that one? A swordbrella?
Swordbrella, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is some other... I mean, there were a lot. Like the turtle van, it had like graffiti on it. That's not from the old show, but like it looked pretty much like the toy that I had when I was a kid. And they had the manhole cover launcher. And they even had the manhole covers painted like pizzas, which is how that toy was. It was like,
right,
loaded up and you pull the trigger and it would shoot a little pizza.
I noticed it said Nickelodeon on the back of this. So is this the Nickelodeon, the current TMNT Nickelodeon version of Turtles that they're doing with this?
Yeah, I believe so.
I've never actually seen that show.
I haven't watched that show either. I have not.
I know that, I'm pretty sure they have a toy line out for those.
I think they do. And I know they're still, I'm pretty sure, still doing, actually, obviously they are, because this all came from a comic book crossover, but they're still doing Ninja Turtle comics. I believe it's the studio doing them is IDW now, instead of Mirage. I think Mirage just went under. But, and I don't even know if Kevin Eastman or Peter Laird have anything to really do with the Ninja Turtles anymore, or if they're just collecting checks, or if they sold it. I don't know.
Yeah, and I don't know if we should reveal what it is or not, but there is a extra after the credits.
Yeah, there's a post-credit scene.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. It kind of makes me hope they do a sequel, just because that would be...
Yeah.
That would be interesting to see.
We don't know at this point. That could have just been, like you said, a one-off.
Yeah.
Or it could have,
like it's not officially like tied to any other. It's nothing that happened in that movie is going to change any canon in Batman or Ninja Turtles lore. So.
But they could take that and do a spin-off of this or a sequel.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I haven't heard if they're going to do one or not, so.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Good movie. So, check it out, and until next time, keep watching.